Hey, hello everybody, welcome back. I appreciate you clicking on this video. It means a lot to me. Now, today's video we're gonna be talking about two things coming for Tile Update 10 Division 2. We are right now on the PTS and we have two things to try out today. It's gonna be the Chameleon, which is the exotic AR, and also the Striker Battle Gear, which in some way got kind of like a little bit of a buff, right? So we're gonna talk about that because I'm excited for what these changes are coming for Tile Update 10, right? So before we get into that, if you're gonna go enjoy this video, I would appreciate you like rating if you enjoyed. That would help a lot. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe for more Division 2 content coming in the future and more games to come also in the future. Now let's get into it, right? Now what's the most important and straight out of the bat, the Chameleon got a buff on the damage. Before the Chameleon, I think the base damage was around 30,000, and now with the buff it got a 32.8% buff on the damage, and it's gonna be on let's toggle the base damage on, and now it's gonna be on 40,000 damage of base damage. It's gonna be the same as, well, a little bit close to the FAMAS. Now with that 40k base damage, I think the gun is gonna perform a lot better, because I think before the gun was pretty underpowered, I should say, right? Because it's a nice gun, I like the way it shoots, I like the idea of the talent that it has, but the power of it was just not there. So with this 32.8% damage increase, hopefully this is gonna make it to make the gun a lot more useful, and people is gonna be starting using a lot more. Now let's go over the talent, right? So the special talent of it, it's called adaptive. Now this talent didn't get much of a change beside one addition to it, but let's go real quick over it, right? So hitting 30 headshots grants plus 20% critical hit chance and plus 50% critical hit damage for 45 seconds. And hitting 60 body shots grants 80% weapon damage for 45 seconds. And then last but not least, hitting 30 leg shots grants 150 reload speed for 45 seconds, 150%. Now those three things right there, they did not change, but they got a addition, something that honestly I think is gonna make it better. So it has this thing says buff refresh when out of combat. What it does is the gun is gonna refresh all of those talents, at least the ones that you had activated before you killed the last NPC. And then when you go for the next room, right, to the next combat, those talents are gonna start from the from the beginning, like from 45 seconds before the cooldown. Now that's the Chameleon. Let's go over the second thing I want to talk about, which is the Striker Battle Gear. It didn't get much of a change, but yeah, let's go over it. So before the Striker Battle Gear, 2 pieces will give you 15 weapon handling, still the same. 3 pieces will give you 15% rate of fire, still the same. And then Striker Battle Gear, which is the 4th piece, right? Weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. That's still the same, but then the second part is where it changes. So 1 stack lost each second, and then 2 stacks lost every time you miss, right? That was different. Before it was 3 stacks lost every time you miss, and then if you had the backpack, the talent on the backpack will make that 2 stacks lost for every time you miss. That was the backpack talent, which means the backpack talent will change. And let's go over that. So the backpack talent is called risk management. Increase total weapon damage gain per stack from 0.5 to 0.65. so that's a buff, a little bit of a buff. It doesn't sound a lot, but you're gonna get a lot more damage overall once you activate the whole stacks, right? And then on the chest piece, the talent stays the same, increases max stacks from 50 to 100. So that's the changes. Now we're gonna change, we're gonna try here shoot and see how it does. So let's put on the named, let's put it right here on the 5, just real close. Let's activate the one first on the head. So 30 shots on the head activates that. 60 shots on the body, right? That activates that. And now Let's see. You see, if you, that's like, this is a perfect scenario, right? If you have all of those two activated and you have a high striker stacks, you see we can eliminate in one magazine a target named enemy. So that's what's gonna be on a perfect scenario. Now the striker stacks are kind of hard to get though, and I'm gonna leave you guys with some gameplay so you guys can see it in action. I still think the striker is gonna be a lot better, but still it's gonna be something that you really have to not miss shots to get the full advantage of it, but it's a lot better overall. The most important though, it's my chameleon. I love it. I finally am gonna be able to use it a lot more because of this buff. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So let's go over the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, we're almost getting the damage. So let's get the stacks on the head. Almost. Alright. Alright. The body are activated right now. This is crazy. This is really good though. Alright, we got the one on the we got the one on the head. So we have both activated right now. So now we're gonna start a new combat with full stacks on the chameleon. And that's a beauty though. I think that's huge, the fact that you can start a combat already max stack. I missed a lot of shots right there. I don't know what was that. There's another guy. Wait, what? We're here. Yo, I can't see him. Oh, right there. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I couldn't see him. Definitely, I think that was the right move to buff it. It's finally like something that you can rely on.
Keep them from getting more of those mortars.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All the way down there already? Jeez, oh, get shredded. And that's where you're not gonna be able to keep your stacks, you know, because the way the NPCs move, it's so weird in this game. Sometimes trying to get closer. Look at that, man. It's shredding the NPCs though. It's definitely a lot better from what we knew from from this brand set. I mean, from this exotic. Alright, let me see if I can get the stacks on him. Even if he's immune, I can get the stacks on him. At least for the strike, I can get the stacks though. And that's it.
Good work. Go on ahead back up.
That was it.
The team from the campus has taken position inside the
Awesome.
memorial.
Yeah, boys.